Hola. ¿Cómo está? What's up? Hey, let me know if you can hear me, guys. Can you hear me at this pitch? Okay, great. Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm live to answer your questions. So please go ahead and ask. I'll do my best. What name is that? Flamboyance? Fearon. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Ask your questions. Ask your questions. I'm here to answer. And let me see if somebody already answered that. Asked us. Asked us. No. Okay, most people can hear me. How did you get the name Aurelius Sopax? That's a secret. I'm not gonna tell you that. But it's my magical name. You know? Besides that, what does it do for you if you know why my name is Aurelius Sopax? Doesn't help you, right? I'm here to help you. I'm here to answer your questions about witchcraft. I'm here so you get better at this craft. You know? Just curious. Okay, cool. Methods to learn your own magical name. Okay, what is a magical name? Your magical name is a motto, okay? And you could have multiple magical names throughout your magical development, you could say. But what it is essentially is your destiny. Look, in your ascension, you're going to go through different stages, okay? And each one of those stages encapsulates a certain level of density of reality, okay? Until you hit the level of reality where everything just merges into one, which is the origin of everything, okay? Now, at that point, you have merged the individual consciousness with Atman, or the higher self, okay? This is self-realization, and this is kind of like the goal of any mystical tradition, okay? This is the goal of all of yoga. This is the goal of Buddhism and all of that, okay? Now, black magic goes a step further. You have consciously realized your divinity, and you can act upon the physical universe with fewer and fewer restrictions, okay? So at that point, you're gonna have to come up with a motto, okay? Any one of you who got the last Azazel compendium, I go into that pretty extensively and why you need that, why you need a purpose, and why you need to connect your magical development to, yeah, to a bigger goal, because otherwise you're going to self-destruct. Okay, so the magical name is kind of like a motto as well as something to strive towards. It keeps you on track. You see, it keeps you from fucking around, and it helps you to grow. You know. How can I make spell for dominance stronger so I know I spelled it wrong? How can you make that stronger? Man, more energy. That's the go-to answer. When your spell is not working, there's not enough energy in there. Period. Just more energy. Do it a couple of times, do it multiple times, whatever. More energy. It's never about the ingredients, okay? Never about the ingredients. It's always about the mind that is connected to it. How would one theoretically establish a fetish link remotely, i.e. without possessing something they physically touched? Good question. Here's the thing. A trance state allows you to expand your senses, your awareness, okay? In remote viewing, in military remote viewing protocols, they call that accessing the source field, you could say. This is what remote viewers, okay? Military remote viewers. Projects in which the government puts in billions of dollars every year. They access this source field which contains any information, okay? So there is a source field that contains all information, including the objects in it, but any of those objects also has a field of information or a field of energy around it, because energy and information are interchangeable. They're one and the same thing, okay? So what you want to do is you want to go into an altered state, you want to access this thing, and then you want to change through your will and through directing energy, you want to change the energetic blueprint around that object. Which is actually not that hard to do. It sounds complicated, but it's not. How do you start that? What would be a structured way to learn that? Okay, first you do that with people that are in your physical proximity. You go into an altered state, you change their mind, their energy, their emotions. So you talk to somebody, okay, and then through your willpower, you change the energy dynamic, okay? And then you expand that, okay? And it's actually not harder to do that to a person, that is far away, than it is to do it to a person that you're talking to. How can I contact you? I have some questions about your services. Well, Facebook is your best guess, but let me tell you something, man. I'm a very busy man, okay? So readings I can do, but please give me, I don't know, man. Give me something exciting. Give me something exciting. When it comes to readings, you can come with pretty much anything, okay? But when it comes to rituals, give me something exciting, you know? Something that I can learn from. I don't want to take anything and everything, okay? I don't need this shit, you know? I don't want to do rituals just because somebody offers me a certain amount of money. I don't give a fuck about that, you know what I mean? What I want is something that is exciting to me, okay? So don't get at me with these old love spells. Oh, I just want him. I want him so much. And by the way, more women want to do love spells than men, okay? Quite recently, I had this female complaining, like, why do guys always don't want to do love spells? Don't you believe in true love? It's actually more women that do love spells than men, okay, just so you know. But what I'm saying is, please come to me with something exciting, okay? I understand that it's probably an important problem to you. I want to get this chick, I want to get this guy, whatever. Not exciting to me, okay? So please, if you have something exciting, something that I could benefit from in multiple ways, then please ask me that. That's it. I had a dream a few years ago about a bat, and exactly what I dreamed came true the next night. He flew into my living room and was hiding for 3 days. All this I don't know what you. Okay. Sorry for my writing. Okay, whatever. Okay, guys, this is about questions. Okay, so please ask questions. Ask questions. We wasn't ready. Okay. Well, I guess then you don't practice enough, man. You don't practice enough. How long have you been doing magic? Man, 20 years? Okay. Your preferred method for soul travel? Okay. Oh, man. Preferred method. Soul travel. I don't know. What is a preferred method of doing that? I think the most direct way is the best way to do that. Okay, so I don't use any elaborate visualizations. All I do is I go into a trance and then I experience in my look. When you go into an altered state, when you go into a trance state, you actually have internally, you have a space where you experience things. Okay, the energy around you is experienced in some way or another. It's being translated into some sort of experience that includes visuals, that includes sensations, that includes emotions and other things. Okay, so you should just do that. Go into your internal world. Be more aware of what goes on inside of you. Okay, and then begin slowly. Okay, feel your surroundings, your immediate surroundings. What's going to happen at that point is that you're going to see the table in front of you, the fucking couch, the fucking door of your place. Okay, and then you expand that further. You go into a different place, and then different physical places, and then different planets even. Okay, I always recommend you go to the moon. It's hard to verify that, of course, but you can start verifying that with people. Okay, you look into a different room and see what the other person is doing, and then you go there and see if that actually happened. And then you just need to find gateways into the astral plane, and for that you can, I don't know, use the tatwas, okay, which are gonna take you into the different realms of the elements, and then you go further. On the astral, there are ways to find gateways into the mental plane, and further. Okay, but these gateways, once again, they're another layer of. I mean, they confuse people more than they help them. Okay, so the actual trick is to let go even more, to allow yourself to fall into yourself even more. Because man, look, what you're doing with all of that soul travel, you're just exploring your inner world more and more. You see, that's actually what you're doing. That is actually what's going on. You see? People say if you do magic, you're going to hell. Do you believe that? I personally don't. Well, man, look. People can say whatever the fuck they want, you know. Some people say black people are bad. Good. Now, what am I going to do now? You're going to feel bad because I'm black? That's just stupid. Now, go with your personal experience. You know what? I mean, is that how you're gonna live your life? Seriously? Is that how you're gonna live your life? Some fucking authority that doesn't serve you in any way. Actually, it's the other way around. You're supposed to serve an authority outside of yourself, and beg for acceptance and beg for forgiveness. Fuck that. Any god like that, well, fuck you. What does that mean? You created me? and I have to work to be accepted by you, fuck you. And you make me suffer down here, fuck you. If that's actually true, I say, fuck you, God, if that exists, okay? Which it doesn't. And if you seriously believe in a God like that, and some sort of father figure that runs the universe, you have massive daddy issues. Number one. Number two, you're at the level of a 5-year-old. Okay, your worldview is at a level of a 5-year-old. It's just pathetic. How can you even believe this shit? God is never mind. So, of course that's bullshit. But if you choose to believe in that, it's up to you. I'm not here to convince you. And actually, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really don't. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Okay. You're hot as fuck. I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's because I spent so much time in hell, you know. That's why I'm hot. That's why I'm hot. Besides that, like honestly, Roberta and all the other girls on this call, if you had a choice of spending a night, if you had the choice of spending a night between, let's say you got to choose between Jesus Christ and fucking Satan, who would you want to spend the night with? Huh? Let's be honest. Who would you want to spend the night with? Who do you think can get your juices flowing? Is it Satan that deals with things that are forbidden, that are fucking kinky, that are, taboo? Huh? What about some nice role plays? What about some I don't know, some leather outfits? Who would you pick? Or Jesus, who's like, love me, please love your enemy, and no. Like, Jesus sounds like I don't know. What does Jesus sound like? Jesus sounds like a guy that has low testosterone, that couldn't protect you. And he's basically your bitch, you know? He's gonna ask you to spank him. That's Jesus Christ, okay? Satan's gonna show you what a real man is, you know? And he's gonna protect the shit out of you if somebody's trying to mess with you. So, seriously, what is that? I mean, that alone makes it worth it, right? Even if you go to hell, you're gonna have more fun there. A real wants a little monster in her, man. Just my thought. Yeah, of course. Forbidden stuff is more appealing, I must say. Of course it is. I'll pick both. Satan's hands. I wouldn't pick Jesus, right? Yeah. What is the correct mentality when getting into ritual black magic? The correct mentality, man. That depends on the ritual and the outcome that you want to cause. And it should be appropriate. Okay? If you want to do a healing ritual, you can't go in there with anger. If you want to destroy somebody, you can't go in there feeling all nice and happy and all that. You see what I mean? Blasphemy rites. I think blasphemy rites are a joke. Okay, because look, I think Satanists are a joke for the most part. Okay, Satanists, by by definition, are opposing Christianity. Okay, and that means that they, I mean, that's quite a limited worldview. Okay, they're just the opposite of Christians. So, taking away the Christians, they wouldn't even exist. To me, that's a little bit pathetic. Okay, and it's a little bit, I don't know. They always remind me of rebellious teenagers. Okay, oh, my mom was a Christian, my dad was a Christian. I'm the complete opposite of that. How about you fucking grow up and think for yourself? Okay. Once again, I hate religions, any religion. Satanism is just a religion. It's organized spirituality. So fuck them. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? It sounds cool. Oh, Satanism, blah blah blah. It's I don't know. People always have a need to belong to some sort of fucking religion group. Why? Because they're weak. Because they're too weak to stand for themselves. How about you think for yourself? How about you pick your own? How about you learn from everything and pick what works for you, and then become your own person, your own magician, instead of trying to claim, oh, I'm a Satanist, I'm this and that, and this and that. You know, I know there are videos out there that claim that I'm a Luciferian. I'm not a Luciferian. I work with Lucifer extensively, but I'm not a Luciferian. You know, I am a sorcerer. I try to understand what the fuck is actually going on there. You know, that's what I do. I love Hinduism. I love ancient Egyptian stuff. I love runes, Nordic stuff. I love, yeah, once again, Egyptian stuff. I love Kabbalistic stuff. I love fucking Oriental magic. I love Palo. I love Voodoo. I love all of it, you know? And I pick what works out of all of those traditions, okay? Doesn't mean I'm superficial with any of those. I understand each system thoroughly and in depth, okay? Hinduism, did I mention Hinduism? Yeah. But I use what works because it's the same science, it's the same craft, okay? That's been used in different cultures under different names, okay? Horus exists in every culture, just under a different name. Connected, yeah. I mean, we don't live in the Middle Ages anymore, okay? The world is exchanging ideas more and more and more, and the same has to apply to magic, okay? Who says the development or the evolution of magic has stopped? Who says that? It's still evolving, you know? And we're supposed to be better than the generation before us. You ever thought about that? We're supposed to be actually better because we're the enhanced version of that, right? What's that? 4.0, 5.0? I don't know. But we're supposed to be better. And the ones after us are supposed to understand this even better. Okay? Now, if you stop growing by claiming, oh, I'm like this, I'm that identity, I'm a Satanist, I'm a Luciferian, I'm this and that, you just stop growing. That's the way to go. How do I contact you? Facebook. Facebook is literally the only channel that I use to be contacted. And that's already too much. You know, I can't even handle all the people that contact me from Facebook. So anything else will be counterproductive. Why would I include a different channel if I can't even handle the amount of requests on Facebook? You know? I need help with the success magic. Help. Well, send me a message on Facebook and I will read it, and depending on that I'll get back to you. Email. Yeah, send it to grailoftheserpent@gmx.de. grailoftheserpent@gmx.de. Okay. Did you make many mistakes early on, and were they fixable in magic? Of course. Um, yeah, but look, okay, 80% of the mistakes are not going to cause anything. Okay, so if you don't do the ritual correctly, nothing. It's just nothing's going to happen, or nothing that is really noticeable. So the result's not going to happen. In 20% of the cases, yes, shit might happen. Things might go totally wrong, and that's a risk you're going to have to deal with, you know? It's a risk you're going to have to deal with. Can I tell you that it's 100% risk free? No. No. But neither is driving a car. You see what I mean? You're going to have to live with it, you know? And before you get paranoid, rule out everything else that could be a cause of upset in your life. Okay? Don't get paranoid. Don't get paranoid. But things might go wrong, yeah. It's a real possibility. It's a real possibility. Thank you. You're wonderful. Blessings to you. Thank you. I like that. When I performed the spell a few nights ago, the right side of my body became cold. With shivers and goosebumps. Why is that? You know, sometimes that same thing happens to me when I get a boner. You know, when I get turned on, it's like it's totally cold. And my theory is all my blood out of the body gets sucked into my dick. You know, that's my theory. I think that's what's happening. You know, and for some reason, it always happens on the right side. It's never my left side. So as soon as I'm supposed to do that with the girl, I'm like, I got a massive boner, but my limbs don't work anymore. Okay, so I got to try to do that with one half of my body. Man, that looks fucked up. Let me tell you, like that. That's fucked up, man. Okay. Are servitors the same magical strength, of the same magical strength as the magician themselves, or can they be stronger? They're usually weaker. Usually weaker. What processes do you use to look into a person's mind? Hey, I think in a lot of rituals that I put up there on my YouTube channel, I describe that. So every time you get an erection, you experience a stroke. Yeah, man. Some of us are very, how should I put it? A little bit oversized, you know. So you got to compromise. That's nature's way. You know what they say? With every blessing comes a curse. So some of us are just, you know, how should I put it, man? You got to learn to live with it. You got to learn to live with it. Would you agree that the best aspect of magic are personal power and freedom, or perhaps any other aspect? Man, yeah, personal power, personal freedom, and bro, like, come on, is there anything more exciting? I mean, when I think back, when I found this, man, when I think back, what drew me towards it was nothing as rational as you're asking me right now. It's something primal. It's something that draws you towards it, man. Is there anything more exciting than sitting down and reading these fucking occult, mystical texts with all these symbols in there and the descriptions of demons, you know? And you can actually call them into this world. You can actually call them from another dimension. You can open the gateway up. You can open up a gateway to another dimension and call them here, and you can condense them down. And Crawley called it condensing them down to the level of thick smoke, and that's actually possible. Okay, and you condense them down to the level of thick smoke, so you can shoot a picture with your fucking phone. And the instant smoke takes on the shape of that spirit, and then it speaks to you. And the voice of the spirit, yes, you don't hear it, you hear it with your third ear, you hear it internally, but it just pushes into you, and you can feel it in your bones. You can feel the vibration in your bones. And at that point, there is no question if this is real. And then you experience on a constant basis that this world is actually malleable. Malleable. You can change it. Whatever you don't like, you change it. Somebody's messing with you, you change that. And more and more and more layers of illusion are removed. Do you need anything else, man? Do you need anything else? Personal freedom, yeah, that's fine. But to me, it's more like the excitement that I get from that, man. It's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. So that's what drew me in. Personal power and freedom, yeah, those are like philosophical things that you could look at, you know. But if you ask me, that's a little bit too dry. It's a little bit too dry. What you need is a passion for it, something that can't be explained, irrational passion for this stuff. And this is actually what's going to get you very far. You know, irrational passion, something draws you towards it, even though it's fucking terrifying. Of course it's scary, man. Like, fuck. Of course it's scary. Yeah, it's terrifying sometimes. And it should be. And it should be. But the upside is so great that you just, you don't want to miss it, you know? And this is how you should see it. Fuck, like, don't rationalize things, just go. And this is, by the way, something that all of you should take notice. There's a part within you that knows way more than your conscious mind. There's a part within you that is connected to wisdom that is way greater than you. I don't know how old you are, 24, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You're a child. You're a child, okay? But there's wisdom that is way greater, way deeper, and way more ancient. And it's speaking to you here, it's speaking to you here, and it's speaking to you here. And this is what you need to listen to. And if you learn to listen to these voices, to these energies, to the flow of emotion and energy, you're good. You're good, you know? So listen to that and let that guide you. And you will see that it's all going to work out for you. Okay? And if you can manage, just don't let your right side go limp when you listen to this part of yourself. Stay balanced. What does it mean when you are doing a meditation during a spell and a specific date gets channeled through you? Okay. Well, look, there's something called a reticular activating system in your subconscious mind. Okay, it's a set of neurons that determine what enters your conscious awareness. Okay, from all of the information that your subconscious takes in, a fraction of it arises into your conscious awareness. Okay, and what arises is determined by what your filters, your reticular activating system, is tuned into. Okay, so in a ritual, to a large extent, you're readjusting your filters. Okay. After that, your subconscious mind has changed. That in every ritual, you're creating massive changes in your subconscious mind. So the date that you're receiving in trance or meditation, as you're doing the ritual, logically, or logically has to do with the outcome of the ritual, or of the outcome that you're doing the ritual for. So I don't know the details of what you've been doing there, but I think with this information I just gave you, it should be easy to figure out. Right? Brother, how do I evoke spirits? Oh man. Okay. Thank you for posting videos of rituals. They've helped me. Yeah, welcome. Okay. How do I evoke spirits? Okay. In short, you change your state of awareness, okay, which is a trance state, and then you are contacting a specific thought form on the mental plane, which is what a demon is, okay, or any other spirit for that matter. It's a thought form on the mental plane, okay. Now, maybe that doesn't sound like a big deal to you, but it is, because the mental plane affects the astral plane, which is also the emotional plane, and from that, the physical phenomena arise, okay? So, as you contact thought forms in the mental plane, you're actually contacting that which sooner or later will cause whatever happens in the physical plane, okay? And that's why demons rule over entire aspects of physical reality, okay? Because they live on higher dimensions, you could say. Okay? Probably not completely correct, but let's go with that because it's terminology that most people are used to. Okay, so you contact a thought form in another dimension. An evocation is defined as bringing that thought form into the physical plane. How does that work? When you look at physics, the only difference between energy and matter is, they're interchangeable, okay? E equals mc squared, right? Which means energy equals matter times c, which is the speed of light squared, okay? So energy and matter are on opposite sides of the equation, but they're interchangeable, you see? So what you need in order to take energy, which is that thought form, in the mental plane, what you need in order to manifest it into the physical plane is energy. And this is your concentration as you alter your state of consciousness. As you go into a trance state, both of your hemispheres synchronize, the brain hemispheres, okay? They both emit scalar waves, which is energy, okay? Now, as they have synchronized, you can, through focus, use them like a laser beam that keeps feeding energy to one specific thought form, to one specific outcome, whatever, okay? And you got to do that to the extent that it actually condenses down into the physical world, okay? And you command the spirit to take form in the incense smoke. It's never going to be as solid as this here, okay? It's not like that. But what's going to happen is the spirit is going to be semi-transparent, and you can't touch it. Kind of like, I don't know, like you probably have felt an aura or an energy body of a person. For those of you who do yoga or Tai Chi or whatever, you're very familiar with the sensation of your energy body, right? So they're going to be less dense than physical matter, but very, very close to the physical plane, okay? Now, as you do that, as you bring them here, the incense smoke that is burning as you do in the evocation serves as a medium to condense them even further, okay? So the incense smoke is kind of like unformed, right? But you can, the spirit is pushed into the incense smoke, or the incense smoke begins to take on the form of the entity that you called. You will see a face form in the incense smoke, legs, hands. But usually you don't want to go for the entire body. That's useless. The face is enough, okay? You need a mouth, you need eyes, and you need ears. Usually they have animal characteristics. They look like beasts. Little horns, that's what they have often, you know. So stuff like that. So that's how you do an evocation. And then of course you have to request something, okay? spirit of I don't know, whatever aspect it rules. Do this for me. Bring me that. Now, why the fuck would that spirit do that? Why? Well, spirits respect understanding and power. And you, by virtue of being able to bringing the spirit into this world, have proven that you understand some of the laws of the occult universe. And that gives you authority. Okay? It's actually wrong to believe that magicians are servants of spirits, which is not true. It's actually the other way around. Okay? Well, I prefer to treat them as friends and allies and whatnot, okay? Because that approach works better for me. But traditionally, the demon was always the servant of the magician, you see? It's not an optimal approach, but it's not just said, okay? It's actually, you can actually, man, if you wanted to, or if I wanted to, because you need to know a lot of secret keys on how to do that, but you can make any demon weep in front of you. You can torture the shit out of them. Why? Because you have an understanding of the occult universe, okay? Don't underestimate as above, so below. Don't underestimate that. Just because your physical body is weak doesn't mean your spirit has to be weak, you know? And you can make any demon, any spirit, weep. Okay? Is that the best possible approach? No, it's not. Okay? But sometimes it's necessary. Shit, Frank, I just want to know why you are the only one who can explain things in such a manner that it clicks and makes sense. Must be your awareness, perception of reality. Nonetheless, thank you. Your classes are amazing. If everyone in here isn't in both of them, they should be. I agree. I actually agree. Great info you're giving out here. Thanks. Yes. Mastery. Yeah, but don't forget, rebellion, liberation.